All right, let's talk about one of the most powerful and, let's be honest, completely irrational forces in your financial life. This is something they don't teach you in business school, and you're definitely not going to find it in any market report. We're talking about the Sibling Rivalry Portfolio.
So to get us started, let me just ask you a question, and be honest with yourself here. When you think about your financial success, who are you really measuring yourself against? Is it the S&P 500? Is it some abstract retirement goal? Or is it maybe someone a little closer to home? And that question gets us right to the heart of this. The Sibling Rivalry Portfolio. Look, it's not some official strategy you'll read about. It's this powerful kind of hidden dynamic where your investment decisions are secretly being driven by the need to keep up with or even beat a brother, a sister, or maybe that one cousin who always seems to be doing just a little bit better.
And this is the central idea, right? For so many of us, our truest benchmark isn't an index fund at all. It's the person who knows our entire backstory, the one who grew up in the bedroom next door. And it's a dynamic that can lead to some very real and often pretty destructive financial decisions.
So how exactly does this rivalry actually play out in the real world, in your portfolio? Let's break down the 3 most common and destructive ways this shows up.
First up, we've got a classic. This one is driven by pure defiance, and it's called the anti-clone strategy. This is where you are so determined to prove you can do it your way, even if your way makes absolutely zero financial sense.
You know how this works? Let's say your brother is absolutely killing it with tech stocks. You might find yourself avoiding tech completely, not because of any solid research, but because you just cannot stand the thought of him being right again. What happens is you end up paying an emotional tax on your own returns, building a portfolio that's based on defiance, not on actual opportunity.
Okay, next up is something a bit more subtle. This one isn't about outright defiance, it's more about social one-upmanship. It's what we call the stealth success investment.
And the motivation here is fascinating because it's not really about the financial return. It's about having a cool story for the next family dinner. You invest in something niche, something hard to access, just so you can casually drop it into conversation. It might feel great in that moment, but it's usually a terrible diversification move that puts bragging rights way ahead of a sound financial plan.
And finally, we get to the most dangerous one of them all. This is the trade that can cause real, significant financial damage: the catch-up trade.
This is what happens when you see your sibling's big win. They bought a new house, a fancy car, and you suddenly feel this overwhelming, panicked urgency to close that gap right now. That feeling can lead you to take on massive risks, chasing super volatile investments, maybe using way too much margin, all in an attempt to get 5 years of progress in just 6 months.
And this really shows the core problem perfectly. Real wealth most of the time is built the boring way, through compounding, time, and just being consistent. The catch-up trade tries to throw all that out the window and replace it with a high-risk shortcut. It's a total gamble, and it's driven purely by emotion, not by logic.
Okay, so we've laid out the problem, and it's a big one. So how do we fix it? How do you escape this cycle? Well, let's get into the solution, building what we can call a comparison-proof plan.
At its heart, this entire issue is about one thing: comparison. You know, there's that old saying, comparison is the thief of joy. And I'd argue it's especially true when it comes to money. The solution has to tackle this feeling head-on.
The fix is a really simple but powerful 2-step process. First, it's about awareness. You have to actually acknowledge the feeling when it happens. Literally say to yourself, wait a minute, I'm only considering this risky investment because my sister mentioned her stock options. Just naming that impulse, calling it out, weakens its power over you. And second, you have to build your own plan for your own life.
And this is the key takeaway. When your financial plan is truly, robustly built around your specific goals, your retirement, your down payment, your dreams, what anyone else is doing just becomes irrelevant. Their success doesn't speed up or slow down your journey. It's just noise.
This brings us to the final, and I think the most important idea. It's time to completely reframe what it even means to win this financial game, whether it's against a sibling or anyone else.
And here's the ultimate reframe. The best, most unbeatable portfolio isn't the one with the flashiest returns. It's one your family members can't see, they can't measure, and they absolutely cannot copy. And what is that unbeatable asset? It's peace of mind.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? Your sibling might have a bigger house, a faster car, but if you have achieved the true financial luxury of just not having to worry about money, you've already won. That is the real prize.
So how do you get there? Well, it's not with high-risk trades. It's with the exact opposite. A simple, diversified portfolio that you actually understand. Yeah, it's boring, it's consistent. And because it lets you sleep at night, it is the most powerful and truly unbeatable strategy there is.
So I'll leave you with this final question to think about. I want you to take a hard look at your own financial decisions and just ask yourself, is my portfolio built to quietly grow my wealth for my future, or is it secretly designed to get validation from the people I grew up with? The answer just might change everything.